Hi, I'm Bart Hanson. I'm the owner and operator of CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the phone number in the description. But I always thought that was interesting. All right, so 1-2-400 cap game.
Yeah, so this villain is playing any two cards. He opens the low jack to $10 off of like a $600 stack.
Okay.
I'm next to act with ace deuce of clubs. I have about 450, so I would generally flat in the spot, but just given the dynamic, I really thought that playing heads up in position against this player would be profitable. So I 3-bet to 30.
Okay. Just want to tell you guys. It's a little bit light. Ace deuce suited is like the worst ace deuce. We've gone over some.
Yeah.
We actually did a podcast on this when we were in top section about like ranking the ace X's, and ace deuce is actually the worst one. It's probably borderline between ace deuce and ace six, so it's really not that great of a hand. But okay, you 3-bet to 30.
Yep. OMC in the small blind cold calls.
Okay.
And woman in the big blind cold calls. Both of them have about 250.
Okay.
And villain calls. 4 ways to a flop.
So it's like 120 in a 3-bet pot, basically. And this is, I'm
Yep.
sure, probably not even that uncommon for people just to cold call 3-bets, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So flop comes 4 of clubs, ace offsuit, 10 offsuit.
Rainbow.
Yep.
Okay, so ace,
But
10,
the 4
4.
of clubs is important.
Okay.
So checks to me, and I thought it would be too thin to bet for value 4 ways, so I check back.
I think that's fine.
Okay, so turn 5 of clubs, so we make straight flush draw in addition to top pair.
Yep.
Checks to aggro villain who bets 100.
Okay. So this is interesting here because, if you think he's aggro, I don't know if he's got a fold button, but like if he's bluffing, you're ahead of him, right? You've got a mountain of equity. I thought you were going to say like one of these people came out. It would have been interesting if one of those people in the blind came out and bet, and they're basically announcing that they had an ace, and it would have been interesting if you could think you could get them off of that and possibly jam turn, which we don't usually do with top pair and a draw, but this might actually have been a spot to do it in. But it sounds to me like if the more aggro and idiotic the guy is, the more I will just call here in this spot, I would feel like.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually shoved.
Here's the thing with shoving. The thing with shoving is that so there's some merit to shoving with a couple things going on, but I don't think they're happening in this particular hand. Like, if you somehow thought that you could shove and get people out behind you that might actually have a better hand than you.
That's what I was going for. Yeah.
You could do that, but aren't those people going to bet that off on the turn, though? Like, when you think about people that cold call 3-bets pre-flop, and you think about their range, if they have an ace, right? So it's usually going to be like ace 10 plus, right? And
I think it would be lighter than that.
Okay.
At least one of the 2 of them I think could have as bad as like ace 5 offsuit. I mean, this is a pretty bad game.
Well, that you mean like a good game, bad players. But I guess
good game, bad,
right.
Yeah.
But I guess my question is there though is that once you check back on the flop as the pre-flop 3-better, don't you think like those hands are gonna like bet out on the turn once everybody checks?
Yeah, I suppose it's likely that they would do that, but they could be afraid of trapped set.
Yeah, but
I
like I said, your
general.
play sort of has merit if you need to do that, but I don't think you need to do that in that spot because these guys aren't betting off. Like I said, if it went like bet call, and you thought you had a boatload of fold equity, then I actually would like shoving here. But these guys haven't bet off on the turn, so we don't really need to drive them out. You also might have some occasional extra benefit of bringing somebody in with a worse hand behind you, whether that's
or even better, a worse flush draw.
worse clubs, worse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. So that's why I would probably call. So you shove.
Yeah, I shove and it folds through. Villain shows me 4-3 offsuit as he folds.
Okay.
So I took down the pot, but yeah, I agree. I think it's in general flat. Only if I was playing against like good players in the blinds
Mm-hmm.
who could like check like a hand like ace jack twice.
Sure. Sure.
If
Absolutely.
a good player is cold calling ace jack out of the blinds in a
Mm-hmm.
3-bet pot, but
Well, most good
yeah,
players shouldn't be calling three bets cold pretty much from any position, though. Anyways, right? I mean, it's
yeah,
very, very.
for sure.
Although, I mean, obviously, it's a little bit different though, because that you can get away with cold calling three bets just as long as the initial raiser is sort of clueless and isn't gonna like widen a four bet range, which is somewhat common. Like I cold called the three bet last night at 5-5 just because I knew the guy is not going to squeeze, like he's not going to four bet squeeze with the right type of hand that he should with the extra dead money out there. But if you see that Friday game, I don't know if you ever watched the Friday game on Live at the Bike, the big game where they're starting to have some bad players in there. Like those
Hmm.
bad players get eaten alive every time they cold call a three bet. Every time
Hmm.
they get fucked, because the person's understanding the situation. So, um,
Yeah, as a college student, I'm generally not watching Live at the Bike on Friday.
touche. Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
All right,
All
man.
right.
Thanks for the call.
Well, thanks for taking my call.
You got it. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA200. Click on the link right there.